Let's get it. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, and I'm so glad to see it. I do hope everyone is well as always, and that you're able also to get out and enjoy this beautiful day that the Most High has given us. Rejoicing in it with myself and being glad. I am so excited about this week. I've had a last month and a half of some amazing challenges. And I say amazing because I can see how the Most High has turned them in my favor for my good. And how they are propelling me into my destiny, if you might say. Into my future. So I'm grateful for that. And always grateful for my health. Like I said, being able to get out here, and not only being able to get out here, but to enjoy myself in working out. Enjoy myself with the nature. And more than anything else, to enjoy myself with the Most High in His secret place. And I know I call it my secret place because I learned you have to make it personal. But it's my secret place with the Most High. Him and myself together. And I am so grateful for it. And as always, we do have a great thought I want to share. Thank the Most High. And it is the rejected stone and the footstool. The rejected stone and the footstool. And yes, I'm sweating already. Had already wet. I've been doing a lot of running today. I got a lot of steps in already. But I did have a secondary thought that I wanted to share with this one. The rejected stone and the footstool. Be careful of how you treat people. Be careful of how you treat people. And I'm sure I add to that thought as we go. But the scripts the Most High gave me was Psalms 118 and 22. The stone that the builders rejected has now become the cornerstone. And we're going to talk about that a second. And we all know, especially us that's been in building, has worked in construction and carpentry, we know that the chief cornerstone, or the cornerstone, is the main support to the whole entire building. And if that cornerstone is even off by a small bit, it's gonna knock the whole building off. If it's cut wrong, if it's set wrong, any of the above, it's gonna knock off the whole building. And Psalms 110 and 1. The Most High said to my master, sit in the place of honor at my right hand until I humble your enemies, making them a footstool under your feet. And we're going to keep it moving today, but I did want to speak on that script real quick. And when the Most High gave this to me, it was in a way that I have never thought of it before. not together. But what that text is speaking to me, the Ruach is speaking to me, you have to be careful of how you treat people. There's an old saying, be careful. Be careful the people you step on going up, because going down, it wasn't that. It was be careful of the people you mistreat going up, because you're going to need them coming down. But then the one about the footstool, the Most High showed me that a footstool is not only used for rest, but it can be used to get you to the next level. It can be something that you put in place to just give you enough reach to reach what you're trying to grab hold of. So we got to be very careful of how we treat people, because we'll end up pushing them forward into their next level, even though they're our enemies and we hate them. But we're gonna keep it moving today. That thought was very heavy on me over in the morning. I was like, oh boy, that's a powerful thought. Got to be more careful how you treat folks. Hey, let's get it. And I want to give a shout out to my brother. We hung out this weekend. He came to town and we had a grand opportunity to talk. Pardon me, it's really muggy out here in the Carolinas today. And it's like one of my songs. You take my breath away. That's not it. That's actually somebody else's song. But my hook is you take my breath away. But anywho, like I was saying, we really had a grand opportunity to share and to break bread. Usually he would come to town and we would go out and get some dinner. Water break. Always got to take a second to breathe and enjoy nature. Yeah, like I was saying, we had a grand opportunity to actually go out and go to the studio like we used to do. And I got an opportunity to sing, which I haven't done in a long time. Oh my, let's get it. Can't get that song out of my head. Hold on, your change is coming. Hold on, don't you worry about a thing. Hold on, but you can make it. Hold on, don't you worry about a thing. Hold on, you can make it. Hold on, don't you worry about a thing. Yes, sir. Hold on. Hold it. That script comes to mind about loving folks, in my own words, but especially those of the household of faith, your Hebrew brothers and sisters. And what also comes back to me is keep a tight circle. I told my wife that a few months ago. Because when you start trying to do for the Most High, no, when you start doing for the Most High, here comes the troublemakers. I was gonna say here comes the trouble, but trouble comes by way of carrier service. It's actually sent to you by Hasatan himself and his imps. But them jokers need a service, a carrier. Someone to bring the bad news. Just like the Most High has employed us to be carriers of the good news to our brothers and sisters. To the 12 tribes strong that are waking up all over the four corners of the earth. No, we're not lost, and we have never been lost, because the Most High scattered us. And if he does the scattering, he knows where each one of his children are. So we don't have to worry. Don't you worry about a thing. Hold on. Your change is coming. Hold on. Don't you worry about a thing. Hold on. Say you can make it. Hold on. Don't you worry about a thing. Some people like to hide. Some people like to run away from the pain inside. You can make it. Don't you worry about a thing. Just hold on. Your change is coming. Hold on. Don't you worry about a thing. Well, you can make it. Yes, you can make it. Hold on. Don't you worry about a thing. A lot of them old songs I don't even listen to no more. Don't mean they won't already in my Ruach. And the Ruach HaKodesh brings them back to memory when they're relevant, now that is. There's a lot of songs that I used to sing are far from even being relevant these days. And everybody ain't gonna be saved once again. And I have been thinking that any time the Most High brings that thought to my mind, he showed me that somebody I know have died. And then he bring back the idea that everybody I know ain't gonna make it. And then not only somebody I know passes away, but someone I know and closer to me. Than just an acquaintance or have known in the past. And I find that to be the case every time he put that thought on my mind. Hey, so I try to be very careful when I repeat it. And I have been praying that the Most High would give them individuals eyes to see, ears to hear, a heart to perceive, and a mouth to speak Torah. Period. Bringing them into the knowledge of who they are and whose they are. The Most High has a place for those workers of iniquity. And he said in this text that we reap what we sow. So how can he wish that we all would be saved if he would say we reap what we sow? And the whole point is, everybody ain't gonna make it. They don't need to try to explain what the text is. It's just a time to get ourselves in order with what the text says. We don't have to go into all the dynamics of who will be saved and not, because that is totally up to the Most High. I got to go with the King of Kings and the Master of Masters. But yeah, back to our subject for today. Be careful how you treat people. The rejected stone and the footstool. So that's basically saying, you reject the Most High and His children, then you're going to become their It's very sad to say because I don't like people stepping on me either. Stepping on and stepping over. Reminds me of how them guys do in the NBA these days. Step over the fella they just made look foolish. And I do get it. But in the sense that I'm talking about, this is like an individual that hadn't done anything to you or that are innocent, and you are still treating them bad. And the Most High says, He's gonna make you their footstool for the way you have stepped over and treated them bad. And see, the hardest way for things to come back at you is when you done forgot, you done put it out. Say revenge is best dealt cold, and I choose to say it's best dealt however you get it. And I should say however the Most High put it out to you, because He says vengeance is His. So in my mind, that's the best way revenge is dealt out, when the Most High put it out, because He sits high and looks low. And see, the Most High knows when people have done us wrong. And we used to have a way of saying it out in the street that is close to what I'm thinking. When people have boo-booed on you. And see, that's a whole lot worse. Because you can have people that have cut you off in traffic, and that's not the same level as them hurting you in other ways. But I care not to even try to dive into the ways people can hurt you, because we all know, and we have all been boo-booed on in the worst ways. But it's up to us now to turn to the Most High for retribution. And the main thing I'm talking about is these folks that have enslaved our ancestors. First they went and got them on the ships, just as the text says that they would in Deuteronomy 28:6 there, I believe. Then they brought us over here. And see, they went after Judah. So we, Judah, we're the warriors. We're the builders, we're the singers, we're the praisers. We're the blessed ones. We're the ones that the Most High has always sent out first. His special ones. And see, me and my brother was talking about that yesterday. About how we're always ahead, head and shoulders over the rest. Not just in our stature, but in the win. Me and my brother have always won. Even when we was on losing teams. We would always stand out and get the win. Whether it's the attention we needed to push us on further onto a winning team, just like I was reminded just now about how Chris Paul was trying to recruit Lavelle from Denver, or Jamel McGee, the tall fella that won the championship with the Lakers and they got rid of stupidly. See, a lot of times, them labels that your boy Kwame Brown has been talking about followers, folks, for their whole career. Even though the fella helped win a championship, he's still labeled as a bust. In my own words, cause they ain't quite labeled Jamel McGee as a bust. They did Kwame Brown. Even though he had a successful career in the NFL, the NBA. So his start wasn't as dynamic as some folks had expected. However, he had a great career. Made many millions of dollars over the course, I think, 13 years. But see, that just goes to show you about our subject for today. How people will boo-boo on you and think it's over. But just like that fellow Kwame Brown, he spoke up. See, he's been in the NBA for 13 years, and then he's been retired, I think, the last 7. Yet and still, he has been the butt of all the jokes as far as being a bust, the worst pick in history, the worst trade in history. See, when you put labels on people like that, and you continually put it on them, continually, constantly, over 20 years, folks, notice I said them folks, drug that man. Them folks, mostly that looked like him, and see, it was him who he was getting at. He called him the go along to get along gang. That they were basically speaking for them folks. You know what I mean? Us folks speaking for them folks to down another brother. So he finally got tired, and I'm sure he hadn't said anything, which he said until after he retired and basically was done with the NBA. and didn't know them no more kind of loyalty. I jumped around here on the hill. I thought I was avoiding it mostly. But what he did was he jumped on social media and started exposing them. As the go along, get along game. Basically, they'll say anything and do anything for mass. Let me get that out right. For massa. Massa. And like he said, that white daddy. I mean, he be giving them the business. And he basically broke the internet for like a month. Cause he was giving each one of them commentators that boo-booed on his name the last 20 years. He went up and dug up real dirt on them. Is Clanton Road back this way? Clanton Road. Thank you, bro. How your day? It's a beautiful day. Good to be alive. Stay up. What's up, man? I hope it's Clanton. Going this way. Yes, sir. Too bad, like my wife might say. In all actuality, that was a good ride up them hills. Back the other way. This road because oh, you can't drive. I'm glad ain't try to get by me. All that space, she's still on this white line. That's why she ain't passed for the longest. See, that's why I have to be careful. What's up, bro? You got them plates on?
Hey, how you?
I'm good.